Hello, everybody. It is 10 o'clock, so I am going to go ahead and get started. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday coming up for Thanksgiving. A little bit about me. My name is Rebecca Lockett. I'm one of Intuit's premier resellers specializing in Intuit Field Service Management. I'm speaking to you from my home office in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's chilly here, but I love it. It's a beautiful land of 10,000 lakes. I install, set up, and do training on Intuit Field Service Management for businesses all over the country. And this year I was named the top reseller of Intuit Field Service Management in San Jose, California at Intuit's annual convention, QuickBooks Connect. So I am #1 in the country right now. So hopefully I won't be unseated. We'll see about next year, so I will keep you all posted on that. My clients would all say I do an outstanding job for them, and you can read all kinds of testimonials that are located right on my website. So without further ado, I am just going to jump right in and share my screen momentarily. So I'm just going to take you to my website. It's fieldserviceadvisors.com, and you can read all of my testimonials here towards the bottom of my website. I always keep them updated, so you can scroll through to see some of my clients and what they had to say about working with me. So I had to do a little shameful self-promotion before we got started, of course. And my contact information is located right on my website. It's the 651-927-8850, and it's in the bottom left-hand corner of my website, and it's fieldserviceadvisors.com. And then after this demonstration is over today, after this webinar is over, you will get a recording of today's webinar, and then my information will also be in that email. So today I'm just going to be talking about just the time card here. So anytime that you have a work order assigned to a technician, they are going to be able to pick up and start that work order and complete it. And if you do have that time card module activated, it will have the work order feeding the time card with the start time and the end time of each job, or you can have it set to where they're logging into the app and it's capturing their time when they log in, and then at the end of the day when they're finished, it would they would log out of the app and it would post their time. So in order to get the work order in a position to start tracking time, you would need to have it set to either en route start, that would start tracking your time, and when you wanted it to post your time, you would hit pause or complete. So I'm just going to create a work order, and I am going to force it through from the browser, and then I'm going to come over to the time card and talk about how to edit that time. So I'm just going to go ahead and say new work order here. Select site. And I like this little hyperlink here on the calendar for selecting today's date. It's really convenient. Okay, and then see I'm in the 4th step, and now I'm going to go ahead and hit finish. And here, picking up the work order will not start the time, but when you hit either en route or start, it will start tracking the time over in the time card module. So I am logged in as Chris Hawkins, and you can see it's already started to post my time at 10:05. And if I didn't hit pause or complete on that job, it would not post an end time. It would be an incomplete time record here. So some other things to note is the settings tab over here. If you go to time card, you can go ahead and do workflow settings. And these are those 2 methods that I was talking about, the work order feeding the time card or the punching in or punching out. And you can change this to punch in, punch out. And then this option I was talking about here, auto shift start and end based on log in and log out. And then you can also track here, track text break time. You can track both of those. And if this one isn't checked here, it would just, checking this box it'll add break time to the total shift hours. So if you don't check it, it would just deduct like half an hour. So you can uncheck that or check that, and then pay text for breaks here. So a lot of my clients use the punch in, punch out option because they don't pay them by time card. They're just paying them based on when they're getting to when they start their day and when they finish their day. So at that point, the punch in, punch out would be the best option there. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this job now. Let's go to pending. And I can see it's en route, so I'm going to go ahead and hit complete on it. Okay. Make some notes there about what was done on that job. And I do have rounding rules turned on, so something also to note is this rounding rules here feature. I do have it set to an hour to round up, so you don't have to select rounding rules. If you go to this time card, you're going to be able to see Chris has 1 hour here. So if I didn't like that, I could absolutely edit this. So say he was there for, say, he started that job at 9 o'clock, not 10 o'clock. I can actually come over here and edit that and then hit save. And then it would change that time for me to 2 hours. So as you notice here in this view, the customer name isn't posted next to this work order number. So in order to see which customer this work order was associated with, because say it's an incomplete time record and you need some more information from that technician to post an end time here, what you're going to do is you're just going to copy this work order number and you're going to come up here and you're going to search to find which customer it's for. So this one's for Mandy folks. So when you go ahead and you synchronize this with QuickBooks Desktop, and something to note, the QuickBooks Online version doesn't synchronize, the time card module doesn't synchronize in QuickBooks Online. Only in QuickBooks Desktop, it moves over to the weekly timesheet, but that's totally fine, as you can just print this off. You can just print this time off here, and you can go ahead and manually enter this hour here into QuickBooks. And it is pretty quick to manually enter that. So I still have customers that use QuickBooks Online and use the time card module. So when you're ready my point is synchronizing it with QuickBooks Desktop, it will show the customer name directly next to this work order number. So when you're ready to go ahead and run your payroll, so I've got it set to a weekly period here. I'm not ready yet because I have a few more days, but when I am ready, I'm simply just going to hit approve and next. And it's going to bring me to my next technician. And I'm going to then approve and next until I'm done with approving each of my employees for that time period. And then I will open up QuickBooks Desktop. I will run the synchronization, and the time will be posted to the weekly timesheet. So if I come to the time card and I want to see approved time, I can move this to approved time, and I can see I've approved Chris. So I don't want to. I want to actually wait on approving his time because I'm not yet ready, so I would just hit unlock here. And then when I was ready again, I can go ahead and hit approve. And you can see once you've exported the time, which time we can see some of our exported time here. You would just move it to exported, and then once you've approved that time, it would move into that exported area. So thank you so much, everybody, for spending the time with me today. Here's to next time. I do weekly webinars every Wednesday. Sometimes they're 10 minutes and sometimes they're an hour. You'll just have to tune in to find out. Thanks again.